Hi guys, welcome back to UG Update. So guys, on this video, let's talk about My Desire series, guys, and we'll be talking about quite an interesting episode that will be coming up in the My Desire series, and this episode will be coming up pretty very soon. Without wasting more time, let's dive straight into the video to find out Arjun's reaction to Kashvi and Aditya's engagement ceremony. Before I continue into the video, guys, please don't forget that this is still UG Updates. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget, guys, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright lovelies, let's dive straight into the video. So guys, the episode starts with Arjun asks Kashvi if this cold drink is of yours. Kashvi says no, you can drink. Arjun throws it on the yellow dress. Then Kashvi asks, what did you do? Arjun says, you know me so well. I have done this intentionally. He says, Adi's choice of dress is ruined. Now you have to wear my choice of dress. So he says there is no other option. He says Mrs. Kashvi Bajwa. Then Kashvi says Kashvi Aurora. Arjun says would be Kashvi Bajwa and says everything is fair in love and war, and says I will be waiting for you to see you in this dress. Kashvi asks him to go. Then Arjun says all my wishes will be fulfilled. The engagement will not happen today. Judges Keval and others come to wish Aditya for his engagement. But then Vishal says I thought Arjun is behind Kashvi, but Adi have won and is getting engaged. Abid says yes, then Devansh asks Vishal to keep his mouth shut. Abid says we are joking and asks him not to behave as class monitor and be an adult. Adi then waits for Kashvi to come, while Mahima thinks Arjun is waiting to see Kashvi, as if Kashvi is getting engaged to him and not to Aditya. Kashvi comes downstairs wearing the green lehenga, so Adi takes off bad sight from her. Adi smiles looking at her, then Arjun goes to Kashvi and says you are looking gorgeous and on top of the world. Kashvi says I have worn it as you have ruined my yellow lehenga. She says clothes doesn't matter as I will get engaged to Adi ultimately. She says Ma used to say that we shall choose the person who never makes us cry, and says he never made me cry like you. Adi comes to Kashvi and asks her to come. Then Badiji starts chanting mantras for the engagement. Arjun gets heartbroken with her words. Then Kashvi and Adi sit for their engagement, while Bandiji asks them to fold their hands before the god. Arjun takes wine and drinks standing on the stairs and thinks it's all his fault, and says if he had not spent the night with Mahima, then he wouldn't have lost Kashu. He asks God to do something as he will lose her forever. Kashvi then sees Arjun standing on the stairs. Adi gives them rings, but Kashvi and Arjun looks at each other while a song played in the background. Arjun cries and Kashvi gets emotional. Adi asks Kashvi to take the ring. Kashvi and Adi take the rings in their hands. Then Kashvi is about to make Adi wear the ring when Arjun thinks of Kashvi and his marriage and drinks more, loses his balance and falls down the stairs. Adi says Arjun, everyone was shocked. Then Arjun faints. Kashvi drops the ring and shouts Arjun. She runs to him. Then Karan shouts Dad. Kashvi keeps Arjun's head on her laps and asks what happened to you. She cries and says I will not let anything happen to you, I am here. Arjun closes his eyes. Kashvi asks him to open his eyes and cries. Karan says Dad, open your eyes. Then Kashvi asks them to call the doctor and ambulance. Adi asks her to calm down, but Kashvi says how to calm down and shows his blood on her hands. Adi says we shall call the hotel doctor. So he asks the trainees to take Arjun to the room and he will bring the doctor. They take Arjun to the room, then Kashvi keeps her dobata on his head. She asks him to open his eyes, while Mahima and Romila look on shocked. Kashvi asks someone to call the doctor, while then Devansh goes. Vishal and Abid go out, then Vishal talks to Abid and tells that Kashvi was getting engaged to Adi, and then she was hyper for Arjun. He says if she sees some third guy, then she will be behind him, and tells that she is a character girl. Adi hears him and slaps him hard. He says you shall pray for Arjun and ask how dare you to defame Kashvi's character. She tells that Kashvi cares for Arjun as they had a past. So he says if you were on Arjun's place, then she would have done the same thing. He says he knows Kashvi as he loves her a lot. So he asks them to pray for Arjun and says, how can you forget that he is your colleague? He says he don't want any drama and asks them to go. The doctor comes there, then Kashvi asks the doctor to check on him and says he fell down the stairs and lost so much blood. The doctor says, first I have to check him. Then Mahima tells Jagdish that she wants to talk to him and takes him out. Jagdish asks what happened. The doctor is checking Arjun there, then Mahima asks why Kashvi is not going away from Arjun and says people are watching and making fun of me. She says what Kashvi wants to prove, that she cares for him more than me. She asks him to go and talk to her and says whatever she is doing is to defame her. Jagdish asks what shall I talk to her? He says I want to talk to you. So he asks if you think of anyone than yourself and says you are responsible for the relationship between Arjun and you. You couldn't save your marriage, look at your attitude. It is just about you. He says Arjun is fighting with death and you are worried for your image. Shame on you. Guys, it's quite an interesting episode coming. You can see that Aditya and Kashvi's engagement ceremony is actually going on while Arjun felt very emotional about the whole thing, drank and fell down the stairs. But the quite interesting part is that Kashvi is quite very much caring about Arjun to the extent that he ran after him and is taking care of him at this point. Guys, what do you think about this episode? What you think on the comment section? And as you do that, please don't forget that it's still UG updates. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget, guys, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright, lovelies, that'll be around. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. I really love you guys, and I'll see you guys on my next video.